Pablo in Uruguay writes to me and he says, Paul, I see in many audio magazines and internet forums that you must create a perfect triangle between the right channel, the listener, and the left channel. But when I saw in your videos in your listening room, the loudspeakers are placed almost in front of the listening point. How can that be? Can you explain what is the correct way of placing them, or if that change according to the room size or the loudspeaker sizes? Sure. So I'm not exactly sure what Pablo means that they're sitting right in front, but I think what he means is they're not toed in. So you can see that these speakers are not angled in. They're not what we call toe in, okay? And that's where this line of tweeters, regardless of whether we just have one tweeter or a line of tweeters, they're pointing straight forward as opposed to angling in. Now that has to do with something called off-axis response. The off-axis response, we talked about a couple days ago actually, is how smooth is the frequency presentation of the speaker when the tweeters are not pointed right at you, off-axis. And these speakers are very flat. If you point the microphone right here at the tweeter and then you turn it away, the frequency response drops off a little bit, but not by much. It's very flat. And by pointing them more straight ahead than toed in, a couple of things happen that are good. One, we get a broader sweet spot. So that in this case, we have 3 chairs, and most people get a pretty good image. The center image still, or the center speaker. The center seat gets a better image. Okay, sorry, I'm getting shell-shocked here. So we get a broader sweet spot, but more than that, we get much better depth. We get much better soundstage appearing behind the loudspeakers and creating this wonderful image. And we talk about this in my book, The Audiophile's Guide. So if you haven't had a chance to pick a copy up, and along with its CD, which you kind of need, that explains all of that in great detail. And I am a big proponent of not angling them in this perfect equilateral triangle. Now, but let's talk about that triangle for a moment, because we still have a triangle. You know, from here to here and then back there. It's still a triangle. It's just not a triangle that's pointed in on axis, because I've never been a fan of that, and I would encourage you to find a system and speakers that don't require that. So the key is finding speakers with good off-axis response. Just remember that, and when you go to look at the specs for your speaker, look at its off-axis response. You're looking for a very smooth, even distribution of sound on axis and off axis, and that'll allow you to do this and get what I wish I could play for you on YouTube, this amazing sound. Okay? Thanks for the question, Pablo. I'll talk to everybody later. Bye.